Hello, hi you guys. This is Mary's Braider and I'm here again. Wishing you guys a happy new year. It's a new year and I am so excited. I have goals for this new year. Every first month of a new year, I sow a seed. I go to church and I sow a seed. This seed that I sow at the first month of the year is called the first fruits. The Bible talks about first fruits, and that's what I call it when I sow a seed in the first month of the year. Uh, I try to sow something that's a bit sacrificial, that's going to be a little heavy on my pocket because I'm trusting God for something, right? So I sow that seed and I make my New Year resolution um, promise to, I tie it to that seed and I go to church and I pay it, believing God, believing in God and trusting God that He will, multiply that seed for me. So that's something that I do the first year, the first month of the year. Kyle is behind the camera. He has a question to ask me. And so come on here and ask me the question. Come on here and ask me the question, sir. Yes.
Hello, hello, audience. So, so Mary,
Get in the camera and in the microphone, honey.
so Mary, what are your what are your hobbies that you would like to explain to the audience?
Okay, so my hobbies that, thank you for that question, sir. My hobbies that I would like to explain to the audience. I love and enjoy watching podcasts. That's my thing. I'm a millennial, so social media is my thing. I live for the drama, but the drama over there. I don't like the drama in my own home because you know what? As for me and my home, we will serve Jesus Christ. So I love watching soap operas, all this reality TV, but I enjoy watching them on YouTube. I don't really enjoy watching them on cable TV. I love to be able to read the commentary, section afterwards so that I can gain full, knowledge and extract, of what's going on. I enjoy listening to podcasts, just hearing other folks on their journeys, through life. You know what I mean? So I enjoy listening to podcasts, learning from other people, reading the commentary, learning in that section, other people's perspectives about, what we just watched, learning from them. I love pulling from wisdom here and there. So that's one of my hobby. I have plenty other hobbies. The other hobby that I'm going to give you another good one. Another hobby that I enjoy doing is to make myself pretty. I've always known that I was a beautiful girl since I was little because of the attraction that I would get from, the attraction and the affection and, the attention that I would get from people. So I would know, even from my parents, I would know, like, oh, wow, I guess I'm just so cute. So a hobby that I enjoy doing is just going in the mirror, playing with makeup, just doing whatever it is that I feel like doing that day, whether it's a bold look, whether it's a subtle look, whether it's a natural look. I know how to just, give myself that look, whether I want to go fierce, whether I want to, or playing with my hair, doing this to it, putting gel. And then, looking at myself, looking at the after results and like falling in love with that. Like, wow, I did this. This is so beautiful. So the more and more I do it, I fall more and more in love with myself because I'm like, I did this. This is a work of my hands and it made me look beautiful. Almost like I went and sat on a stylish chair and they, beat my face. but it's something that I do on my own, or if it's even if it's just putting nail polish on my nails myself, just doing pretty things, pretty privileges, doing that for myself. Those are, I love it, I enjoy doing it, or cooking myself a really healthy meal and eating it, anything that will make me feel beautiful and pretty and loved, even from myself. Those are the things that I enjoy doing. Now we're gonna take one last question and we'll be out of here, okay? Because we're gonna start off with a podcast. A little. I want my aim is 1 hour, but we're gonna start off pretty slow right now, okay? What's the second question, Mr. Kyle Peterson?
Well, Miss Mary, while we are on the topic of beauty, what is your opinion on fashion?
Okay, what is my opinion on fashion? Those are excellent questions, sir. So I believe that, you know, fashion, how you dress, or fashion is directly linked to someone's self esteem. I really and strongly believe that. I read somebody told me in the past. I read a post. Actually, I read the post. They didn't tell me. I read a post and they said dressing nice is a sign of good manners. And I strongly believe that. However, I want to take it up a notch and say it's actually tied to someone's self esteem. If you're not happy, if you're depressed, most of the time, your mental, you're thinking, I don't even really want anybody to talk to me today. I don't want to speak to anyone. So you dress appropriately. You dress, you have a hoodie on, you have the hoodie covering your face. You probably have shades on all day because you're trying to run away from the world. So you feel more depressed. But when you dress up, bold colors, you're forced to have, you know, to be happy because you're drawing attention unknowingly. People are like, oh my God, that is such a nice shirt, and then you're forced to just be like, oh, thank you, so it builds your self esteem. So I believe fashion is definitely correlated, to someone's self esteem. When you look good, you feel good. It is true. If you force yourself out of that junk that you're in, out of that mess, that lowly soaking place, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go and wear makeup. If you're the type that know how to put makeup on, go and do it. Exercise your gift. Do what it is that you need to do. Put on a really nice outfit today and just go to Walmart. You'll be surprised all the attention, the positive attention that you're going to get. And it's going to do something to your self esteem. You're going to feel better, even if it's just for that one moment. And then you go back in and, go back to your bed and heal. But, you have to self heal. You have to pour onto yourself if you want to get out of depression or, low self esteem or insecurity. You have to actually go and get the things that you need to heal. So dress up and go to the gas station. They're going to be forced to say, "Hey, oh my gosh." Or even if they just give you looks, you're going to feel good about yourself because you're going to be like, "Gosh, like they're looking at me." But that you know why you needed that little extra boost. That little extra smile from someone to say, "Wow, you look good." And it'll make you feel good and better about yourself, and that's how you self heal. That's how you love on yourself. Don't feel bad about going to go get what you want. Sometimes when I was single, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. When I was single, what I used to do, because I knew that I was going to wait until I get married to have sex. However, I didn't really know how that was going to actually happen. So when I got attentions from male, initially what I would do would just be like, what the hell? I'll be so mean to him and whatever. And it came a season in during that abstinence journey when actually, like, I had done so well in running them off with my attitude that it was a drought season, famine. I had no man coming to holler. And that's when I started like having low self esteem. started doubting myself, like, are you serious? Like, why isn't any man coming to holler at me? Is it something about me? Am I just not, beautiful enough anymore? Am I like reeking off desperation that I want to marry? Or but then I started to learn, like, no, you have to accept what it is that you're getting, even in the low place. I can't be mad if a short ugly dude or whatever, the guy that's totally not in my standard, and I'm blowing him off and I'm being mean and all these things, but I'm saying I want someone eventually. You have to take what it is that you can get in that moment. You have to be open minded, you know so and you cannot just say, well, I'm going to blow all the men off, and then when the guy comes, because in every stage, as a beautiful woman or a woman in general, we need affection. Women are born and wired to need affection, especially from male. A male to give you that affection, just even if it's just telling you, girl, you fine, you're beautiful. So I had to learn in that season that, I can't blow off whatever affection or attention is coming to me just because I want a certain thing. You know what I mean? So, that's going to get you depressed because you're going to be in a stagnant season when there's no man coming and you're starving. So, if you're depressed or anything like that, you have to come out of it. You have to go and get the attention that that you need. Put makeup on, go to the gas station. Someone is gonna say something, even if it's a woman. She's gonna say, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," and you're gonna feel fulfilled in that moment. And that's how you get self love. Love is not you going and getting, uh, sex from a man and saying, no. But if that you're a woman and we need affection from male and from women, but you want to do it the righteous way. What I did in my single way days, I will dress up like really, really looking like a Barbie, and then I'll take myself to a Mexican restaurant. I'll go there. Them Hispanics, they're real nice. They'll give you a compliment in a heartbeat. I'll go there, book, a reservation for one table. I will order a meal. The chefs, or even if it's a server or somebody, they're going to look at you. You're going to get the compliment that you deserve. They're going to tell you, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And you eat that up and you go home and you feel good about yourself. That's self love. Self love is not going out there and because you're single and alone, now you're gonna just whatever male that come, whatever attention he gives you, you're just gonna take it and take him to bed. No, you have to use your attention and what you're getting wisely. I'm going to teach you guys with my podcast how to attain and reach self love. How to do it. The safest way, the most innocent way, and most importantly, the righteous way. Because if we're not doing it the right way, what are we doing? What are we doing if we're not doing it the right way? We're going to come out hurt, betrayed, ashamed, feeling insecure at the end of it. It's not worth it. You're going to end up being broke at the end of it, divorced, if we're doing it the wrong way. But if we do it the right way, attaining self love, we're going to be able to love and pour unto others the right way because guess what? You have done it the right way. You have loved yourself and mastered self the right way. And you're going to attract everything, the abundance, the prosperity, everything that comes with mastery of self love. Thank you guys for tuning in into this podcast. This is Maris Brader, and Kyle Peterson is, you know, he's the mastermind behind all this. And he's going to come in here and pour on me and give me some more love. Thank you. I love you, honey. All right. Oh, Lord, you all in the camera.